It was just another Wednesday morning at Summit Creek Insurance, a bland 3-story office in suburban Ohio. The fluorescent lights buzzed, the coffee was weak, and the break room was everyone's sanctuary. That is, until the donuts vanished. Dozen powdered donuts had been placed on the counter by HR that morning, a Wellness Wednesday treat. Within 10 minutes, all but one were gone. And the culprit? Nowhere in sight. But drama lady Deborah Langston, always loud, always suspicious, immediately jumped to conclusions. Someone from maintenance must have helped themselves. Probably that new janitor, Louise. Louise had been working there less than 3 weeks, quiet, polite, and barely spoke. Deborah, though, made it her personal mission to investigate. By 10:30 a.m., Deborah had cornered HR. I just think it's suspicious. She hissed to the HR rep, "We had snacks." Then the janitor comes in to clean. Now they're gone. "Deborah, we have cameras in the break room," the rep replied. Deborah blinked. "Perfect. Let's review the footage." She stood behind the HR assistant as they pulled up the tape. And there, as clear as day, was Deborah Langston herself, entering the break room at 8:52 a.m., glancing around and stuffing 2 donuts into her designer handbag. Then she casually walked off with 2 more in hand. The HR rep slowly turned to her. Deborah didn't miss a beat. "That can't be me," she said calmly. "That woman has a very similar coat." Instead of owning up, Deborah doubled down. She stormed into the staff lounge and addressed the employees like a press conference. "It has come to my attention," she began dramatically, "that items are being taken from the communal snack table. As someone who believes in workplace fairness, I've already reported my suspicions." The janitor, Louis, who was just vacuuming in the corner, froze. Deborah pointed subtly at him and added, "We must vet who has access to our space." Louise turned red. The entire office went awkwardly silent. But what Deborah didn't realize was that someone else had also reviewed the footage. Naomi didn't say much. She wore headphones, loved spreadsheets, and silently observed everything. Today, she had time. When she heard Deborah throw accusations at Louise, something in her snapped. She walked to IT and requested access to the footage for a compliance report. By 2 p.m., she had a copy on a flash drive. By 2:30 p.m., it was uploaded anonymously to the office Slack channel. The video had no sound, just a timestamp and crystal clear visuals. Deborah, handbag, donuts, exit. The office went into silent shock. Reactions poured in. Wait, wasn't she blaming Louise? This woman straight up robbed the snack table like it was a buffet. Is that her designer tote bag from Nordstrom? This is the most exciting thing that's happened here all year. By 4 p.m., Deborah realized she was being watched. Deborah marched into HR, fuming. "I demand to know who shared that video." "Deborah," the HR manager said calmly, "you do understand that the camera doesn't lie, right? I was checking the snacks. I didn't steal them." "You walked off with 4 donuts." Deborah waved her hand. "They were sample-sized. Also, this entire narrative is distracting from the real issue: unauthorized access by cleaning staff. Louise didn't take anything. Then why was he in there?" "Because he works here." Silence. "Effective immediately," the HR manager said. "You're on a 3-day unpaid leave. Also, we're issuing an apology to Louise." The next day, the office surprised Louise. On the counter where the donuts had once disappeared, now sat a large sheet cake. It read, "Sorry, Louise. We know who the real thief was." Underneath was a drawn donut. Louise smiled quietly, then vacuumed the confetti without a word. Deborah, meanwhile, stayed off the grid. Her Slack status read, "On sick leave." But everyone knew what was really sick: her ego. They say karma is a donut. It always comes back around, especially if you try to blame someone else for your sweet tooth. And in an office full of silent observers, Your next performance might just end up on camera.